going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Fighting Vikings are 3-3. It is what it is, and just narrowly just giving the game away to the Eagles, who are just begging to get beat. So frustrating. A Vikings short week, Thursday Night Football, Week 8 against the Chargers. And look around, checking the temperature of the national media Jabronis haircuts, and pretty consistent. Vikings around the early 20s, 22, somewhere in there. ESPN, the worldwide bleeder of readers, viewers, and subscribers. The Vikings are at 22, down from 17. Unsung non-starter role player Eric Wilson. Wilson, who started his career in Minnesota, remained blah. Whatever. Proud of Eric Wilson, but the Athletic. At 20, Vikings down from 17. Reality check, they may have chosen the wrong quarterback. It's not just brutal for Vikings fans having to watch a team figure out its quarterback situation because so much of the rest of the rooster is ready to win now. It's also the team chose not to re-sign Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, who have been two of the NFL's best quarterbacks this season. After Carson Wentz's disaster on Sunday, we'll call it disaster. It wasn't good, but it wasn't disaster. Perhaps the hope is J.J. McCarthy is ready to roll on a short week. So the whole thing about, the Vikings should have kept Darnold. The Vikings should have kept Daniel Jones. They could have. They didn't. All right. And it doesn't do anyone any good just to have all these hindsight second guessing, because it's just like in life. You can't go back and change it. Why dwell on it? Focus on the now. Focus on the present. And J.J. McCarthy is the present. All right, and now this would be a different conversation if J.J. McCarthy was out there surrounded by the Avengers, actually having Darisaw, actually having Addison, which, again, he did not have the first 2 games of the year, and he was ripping things up. The discourse would be a little bit different. Right? And also, you knew that Sam Darnold was going to go out and succeed. Like, he was a good quarterback, right? Just wasn't the best fit for the Vikings moving forward. A balance of how he performed in the playoffs as well as the Lions game. I mean, we're ready to sign him after the Packers game, baby. Come on. And Daniel Jones, a bit surprising, but also the Colts in general, definitely surprising. So there you go. Next, Fox. Vikings at 23, down from 21. Super Bowl odds, 80-1. Couple of jelly beans. The Vikings had the Eagles on the ropes, playing their best game in weeks, and now they have a big question to answer. Do they stick with Carson Wentz, or do they put their hopes on young J.J. McCarthy when he returns? When McCarthy is 100%, he starts. That's all it is. Next, CBS Sports. Vikings at 16. All right. Neutral. They did not change it. The quarterback situation bears watching. It's time to put J.J. McCarthy back in the lab. Damn straight Pete Prisco. We see eye to eye on things. Well, we see eye to eye on things. Next, Sports Illustrated. So this one's interesting. Vikings actually up 17, up from 19 last week. Dan Hanzus, the Zeuser, doing the damn thing for Sports Illustrated. My friend Dan Hanzus. Oh wait, no. Whatever. Of the Heed the Call podcast made a great point Sunday. At what point do we take a second look at Minnesota's allocations of funding at the quarterback position? As far back as September, some, self-included, were begging the team to extend Sam Darnold and allow J.J. McCarthy to sit for longer. Darnold left. Daniel Jones walked out the door. Rodgers was never allowed in the door. Was it hubris? Did McCarthy have an amazing spring? Okay. Again, none of this is helpful. It is what it is. Next. PFT. Mike Florio, that's not Thermos. Vikings at 20, down from 18. There are still 2 weeks left to bring Kirk Cousins home. This is where we are. This is the national media discourse. Oh, they could have kept Darnold. Oh, trade for Kirk Cousins. And lastly, Eric Edom, NFL.com. The power rankings of note. Vikings at 22, down 3 spots. Carson Wentz wasn't able to vanquish his former team, throwing 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 against the Eagles. The Vikings moved the ball readily most all game, but trailed throughout because of a poor red zone showing 1 for 6 and their -2 turnover ratio. Also, the only time they scored a touchdown was when Carson Wentz was at wide receiver. Yeah. And in short, this wasn't the kind of performance that should give Kevin O'Connell any sort of hesitation to go back to J.J. McCarthy. Yes. Move that we've expected all along feels certain now. The Vikings have ping-pong back and forth this season, and now a gauntlet of tough opponents awaits. We'll see if McCarthy and Minnesota's defense are up to the challenge, but this is a delicate time for the franchise right now. It's okay. We will rise above. All right. And whether it's Detroit, man, this ain't Detroit, man, this is Super Bowl. Oh, Detroit feeling loud and proud, coming off a bye. And then guess what? Vikings marching up there with Michigan man, J.J. McCarthy. We're going to whip somebody's ass. But take care of business against the Chargers on Thursday first. Carson Wentz, Brosmer, I don't care, whoever. Take care of business, bounce back, We got this damn thing. That's all. Ooh, I can't wait for Akron Bay at Seattle. Also, that at Giants game, suddenly a little bit spicy. I like it, man. Anyways, that's it. NFL, national media, jabroni, power rankings, whatever. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.